Greetings, my beautiful people, my light bearers. Today's Friday, so it's Forgiveness Friday. And so I just tuning in real quick to speak a little bit about how that's showing up for me right now on my journey, on my path of ascension, as we anchor in this fifth dimensional light that is coming in right now. And so, as we know, as we are engaged in this conversation together about forgiveness, we're talking about true forgiveness. We're not talking about forgiveness of someone, right? Or even of something outside of ourselves. What we're talking about is letting go, right? That's what the true forgiveness process is. Letting go of thoughts and ideas and beliefs and practices that do not reflect our God nature, our divinity, right? And so on this Forgiveness Friday, I am reflecting on, all of those things, all of those ideas, all of those beliefs that do not reflect my God given identity. And so if I just take a moment and reflect on, what I engage in on a daily basis, if I simply reflect on, the average thought that crosses my mind, I can say that consciously I am aware of myself as a download of God. My default, the place where if I am triggered that I go to, where I see the ego coming up, right? And so what I can let go of is the aspect of myself. I can let go of identifying as Naila, that story that gets offended by anything that and for me, what are those things that can trigger me when I think someone may be disrespecting me, right, or belittling me? Those are popular themes within my story that I've seen my whole life. If I think someone's trying to slight me, and that could even look like if we're walking down the street, not sharing the sidewalk. I commonly see that, especially in Santa Monica. There might be particular people who feel as though they don't need to share the sidewalk. And sometimes I might, bolster up something with energy about that and be like, I'm going to stand my ground. And that's unnecessary. That's little. That's petty, right? And that doesn't mean I'm gonna yield the sidewalk, right? That does mean, however, that I'm going to receive the encounter first of all from my own mind, right? And then second of all, as an opportunity to just pump more light, to know the truth about myself and that other person, and to call forth a different experience. And then in that moment, I release that. So that is the forgiveness that I'm looking at, and I think that's a perfect example because it seems like it's not a big deal, but it's those little slights that can take us out of our divine energetic flow, right? And that serve as triggers that would have us, as I spoke about yesterday, have us trying to serve two masters, right? And so on this Forgiveness Friday, I'm reflecting on how to apply that forgiveness, that letting go in all situations. And as simple as walking down the street and how the sidewalk is shared, right? And so I invite you, take a look, take a look at your life in those little and those big instances and see where you can practice greater forgiveness, a greater letting go of any ideas that are less than your divine self. All right. So as you go about your day, let's remember, let's not just talk about it. Let's be about it. Peace, my beautiful people, my light bearers. Speak to you soon.